I think we're ready for a TCW ACW tag team title match. How about it?
I'm on an ego trip. If only you could be like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, I guess, one half of the Knights of Pain, Pendragon. Pendragon, we all saw it before. You were out here, the big arm wrestling challenge with Blake the Brawler Wiggins, your tag team partner. What is the status? The coach went crazy on his ankle.
Blake's out. Coach did his job. He took Blake out. You guys could cheer for you guys could cheer for Coach if you want. That's your role model. That's fine. But that's just the state of your trailer park trash out here.
What are you going to do? Are we going to have a tag title match?
We're going to have a tag title match. I've taken them on by myself before. I'll do it again. And I'll take the belts back. And we'll be two-time TCW Tag Team Champions.
I guess Pendragon's going to go it alone. Introducing, weighing in at 420 pounds from Ganja, Illinois, Billy Bong and Chris Chronic, the TCW Tag Team Champions, the Future. This match for the TCW Tag Team title, one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Paul Lewis. Can you hear me now? Are we on? Okay, yeah. All right, Paul Lewis. Commissioner Paul Lewis, we're out here. TCW Tag Team action. The Future. Billy Bong and Chris Chronic. And Blake Wiggins was injured earlier in an arm wrestling challenge. Attacked by the coach. And now Pendragon is going it alone. He wants that tag team gold back so bad, Paul Lewis.
He must be a desperate man to get that tag team gold back if he's out here wanting to take both of these men on at the same time. Now, Chris Chronic and Billy Bong aren't the biggest guys in the world, but in a tag team situation, they more than make up for them. Their team works outstanding. They don't have much to do with the Roman Empire, and maybe I don't like their following or their lifestyle, but they are an exciting tag team to watch. They're two small guys.
Well, lightning quick maneuvers you see from Chris Chronic, Billy Bong inside the ring, the Future, and Pendragon. I mean, what courage, though, by the big guy from New York. Oh, what a great drop kick.
See what I mean about the double teaming and double maneuvers that they use, the double teams. This is going to eventually catch up to Pendragon. He's a big guy, he's a strong guy, but against two very capable opponents, the TCW Tag Team Champions, I think that he's got his more than cut out for him.
And that's what it's all about in tag team wrestling, is working well as a team, and nobody better at that than the Future. Chris Chronic, Billy Bong now in the ring.
first official tag. Chris Chronic getting into the ring. See, this is where it's going to catch up to Pendragon. If they keep doing these quick tags, Pendragon has no partner to tag out to, and eventually they're just going to wear the big guy down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pendragon and Blake Wiggins, who's normally his partner, they're known, I believe, as the Knights of Pain, former TCW Tag Team Champions. Oh, and look at Chronic.
With a sunset flip.
2 count only on Pendragon. Pendragon definitely the bigger, stronger man in this match, and they're going to have to wear him down quite a bit more in order to get the pin. But, boy, I tell you what, when you got 2 men working against one, it's not going to take long to wear him down. Pendragon has no one to take out to. His partner's out injured.
Oh! X-Factor-like maneuver from the second rope on the big...
I think Jazz taught him that one, the Jazz Stinger.
The Jazz Stinger, the X-Factor, whatever you want to call it.
Of course, all of us on the local wrestling scene here know Jazz rather well. She came up from the scene, Paul Lewis.
Back when Red Dog in Haltom City brought Jazz in as an equalizer against Tommy Nero. Noticed that she didn't stick around too long.
Well, she didn't, but we're all very proud of all our wrestlers that make it up to the other leagues. And Billy Bong takes 2 knees to the stomach from Pendragon. And Paul Lewis,
Yes.
at this point, Pendragon is making quite a comeback. He's going for the big suplex, vertical suplex on Billy Bong, and Pendragon, this could be it.
This could be it. Billy Bong looks like he's in trouble right here.
And I assume, you being the commissioner of TCW would know this, if Pendragon wins those titles from the future, I assume he'll be allowed to defend those titles in the future with Blake Wiggins, his regular partner, who obviously couldn't be part of this match due to the heinous attack on him earlier by Coach.
The contract was signed by Blake and Pendragon to go against the future tonight for the titles. Blake being injured is an unfortunate situation, but if Pendragon can happen to pull out this match and win this match, TCW will have no choice but to recognize both men as champions, and Blake is able...
Oh, and what a great wrestling combination! And out comes Blake the Brawler Wiggins,
Blake on a crutch.
Pendragon's partner from the Knights of Pain.
I know he has no medical clearance right now to wrestle. I don't know, maybe he's out here just to give moral support to Pendragon.
Well, Blake Wiggins is out. You know Blake Wiggins wants to be in that match so bad with so much on the line. That tag team gold. Oh, Pendragon putting Chronic up on the top rope. What are we going to see here?
Oh.
Big job. Woo!
That's not the nature boy in there, Johnny T.
Oh, big suplex off the second rope by Pendragon.
Suplex, Johnny T. Get your maneuvers straight. That's a superplex off the top, off the second rope. His opponent on the top rope.
We could have new champions here in about 3 seconds.
Oh.
Woo! And a big splash in the corner by Pendragon as his injured partner, Blake the Brawler Wiggins, looks on. 2 count only. Oh, and he stepped him into that armbar submission hold. Oh, Pendragon, he's holding off. He's holding off. How long can he hold off? He's been worn down in this match.
I can't see him just muscling out of this maneuver, but Chronic somehow...
Oh, Chronic putting him in a single leg crab. What great chain submission wrestling by Chris Chronic, Paul Lewis.
He has got a technical background that is just about the best in TCW.
I think if he would have held on to that armbar, he would have had Pendragon.
But fatigue may be setting in right now with Chris Chronic.
Oh!
Oh, double knees into the chest by Billy Bong off the top rope.
Excellent.
After the blind tag.
Blake Wiggins looks on. Look at the look of distress in Blake Wiggins' face as he sees his partner now being manhandled. Man, Pendragon's making a go of it, but 2-on-1, it's just tough.
It's absolutely tough, and look at Bong. Repeated right hands to the head of Pendragon, lifting him up on the second rope. And where is Chris Chronic?
Oh,
He's
Chris
over
Chronic
here.
is up on the opposite corner, perched.
Oh,
Suplex into a body press, or a splash, rather.
oh, but Blake decided he didn't want Pendragon to get pinned right there, so he decided to interject himself into that match and pull him out.
Well,
I can't call it outside interference because Blake is contracted to be in this match. It's just unfortunately he doesn't have medical clearance to wrestle in this match.
well, Paul Lewis, Blake Wiggins being a partner of sorts to his Knights of Pain partner, Pendragon.
Oh, double elbows.
But the double team maneuvers, the swift tag teaming, just coming in great force from the future. Billy Bong in the ring and Chris Chronic perching those ropes once again.
Chris Chronic is going
He's
up.
going, oh my God, he's
not
all
even
the way
he's
up
on
on that
top.
ledge. He's out of the ring, up on that ledge. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this before
He's
in
up
TCW.
on that ledge.
What's going on
You
here?
can see the fatigue.
What?
I'm not sure if he exactly knows.
Whoa, look at Blake Wiggins. Blake Wiggins just broke his crutch.
Oh, but Chris Chronic ended up hitting the big splash on his own partner. Here comes Pendragon back with a stiff right hand.
Oh, it was Blake Wiggins in there with the crutch.
And he's going for the ego
The
trip.
ego trip by Pendragon, his signature move.
2, 3,
New
that's
champions.
it. New
New
TCW
champions.
Tag Team Champions. Pendragon and Blake, the Knights of Pain. Double champions, TCW and ACW Tag Team Champions. The first time in the history of both organizations that one team holds both the tag team titles. And there's Pendragon and Blake celebrating in the ring.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new TCW Tag Team Champions, Blake the Plano Wiggins and Pendragon, the Knights of Pain.
And there's the injured Blake the Brawler Wiggins with both of his tag team championships, wearing the TCW Tag Team title. And there's Pendragon holding the ACW Tag Team title. I know Pendragon's probably very proud of this match. This improves his one-loss record here in TCW. The fans cheering on, although the Knights of Pain don't stand on the side of the fans. They don't necessarily stand on the side of the Roman Empire. They're just out for themselves. I gotta hand it to Pendragon though. You gotta be one tough customer to stand in the ring with the future and take that kind of a punishment and continue to come back and eventually win the TCW Tag Team titles.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for our next matchup, don't forget we are here each and every Saturday night at 7 p.m. So come and check us out every Saturday at 7 p.m. right here in Plano.
I am the new way to go. I am the way of the future.
Once again, your referee, Donnie,
I am the way
not
of the
so brawny Mueller, the self-proclaimed sexiest referee here in the state of Texas. A spiky-haired punk. Coming to the ring right now, the TCW Hardcore Champion, one half of the Cookie and Nookie connection with the Beast, Mace. Mace well supported by the fans here in TCW. special surprise here for Mace and Larry Green.
Hardcore champion, Mace!
Weighing in at 230 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, this is Mace!
Also a master of redundancy.
I am one half of the Cookie and Nookie Connection!
Bob the mediocre.
And his opponent for this match that I booked special for all you fans of TCW. Another very popular star here in TCW. Larry, the Ace Green, one half of the Blackbird Posse, former one half of the TCW Tag Team Champions. I'm gonna go up here and explain the rules to these two simpletons up here in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the second competitor in this special isosceles match, weighing in at 240 pounds from Fort Worth, Texas. He is a former TCW Tag Team Champion and one half of the Blackbird Posse, Larry the Ace Green.
For those of you fans that are new to TCW, this is an isosceles match. After the first 2 minutes, I'm going to introduce a new opponent into the mix to mix it up with Mace and Larry Green. This is not a hardcore match, but it is a no DQ match. So therefore, Mace, your hardcore title's not on the line.
So the third competitor will be entering after 2 minutes, an isosceles match with a 20-minute time limit. Johnny T here with Paul Lewis. Can you hear me over there, Lewis?
Yes, I can hear you now,
All right.
Johnny T. Commissioner Paul Lewis, thank you very much.
Commissioner Paul Lewis, sir.
I wish I could say it was a pleasure to be here sitting next to you right now, Johnny T, but unfortunately I can't.
Right now in the ring, we've got the current hardcore champion, Mace, in the camouflage, and Larry, the Ace Green. He's a former TCW Tag Team Champion in the black and green tights in this special isosceles match. And for our folks watching at home who may have just tuned in, do you want to once again explain the rules for this isosceles match?
The isosceles match is my invention. I invented this match here in TCW. An isosceles, for those of you math illiterate people at home, is a triangle. But in order to mix it up a little bit and have a different connotation to this, I introduced the third opponent after the first two opponents have worn each other down, giving that third man an unfair advantage. But it also makes it more challenging for the two competitors in the ring right now that you see.
Well, Paul Lewis, well explained, and the hardcore title is not on the line. We want to make that clear also.
Absolutely. This
Mace,
is not a per se hardcore match, but it is a no DQ match.
Right.
Fortunately, these two people, Larry the Ace Green, one half of the Blackbird Posse,
From
and
Fort Worth, Texas.
from Fort Worth, Texas, he is well liked and well perceived by the fans, and so is Mace, one half of the Cookie and Nookie connection.
They're over. They're over.
So what I thought would be interesting was to see these two fan favorites face each other in the ring. But look at them using technical skills that aren't doing anything.
Larry Green going for the quick elbow, but Mace shot out of there like a bullet, and Larry caught nothing but canvas on that one.
But we're doing good on time here. It looks like we've got about 45 seconds before I introduce their third opponent into this match.
But we're all looking forward to it. We're very happy to be viewing your invention, and really, it is quite an exciting concept, the isosceles match. Now, Paul Lewis, let me give you a quick math quiz. Can you tell me what the angles are on an isosceles triangle, what the measure of the three angles are?
Johnny T, I don't have to answer that question here right now.
Okay.
I know that you've got an extensive math background, as do I, because we're all college-educated people here in TCW, well, at least in the offices.
For the fans watching at home, it's a triangle with two angles that are equal and a third one that's, different from the other two.
Exactly. That's why we have two opponents in the ring that are going to be equally tired when that third person is introduced.
There you go, Paul Lewis. Right now,
It looks like we're counting down. I'm going to count down the last seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh! That music can only mean one thing.
That is right. I have brought out Epicenter, the Fat Samoan, to be introduced into this match. He is a hardcore type wrestler. He is a... He's a big Samoan.
From the Isle of Samoa, Epicenter, the Fat, P-H-A-T, Fat Samoan.
Looks like he's going underneath the ring, getting out a bunch of weaponry, street signs, cookie sheets,
Oh my Lord.
folding chairs. He's hardcore all the way from the Isle of Samoa, where they grow him doubly tough, but it doesn't look like Larry Green wants to wait for him to get in the ring. He's going to bring him in the ring himself.
Epicenter, the Fat Samoan. That's Fat.
Oh,
P-H-A-T, not to offend our, what would you say, volume challenge viewers.
you can say fat porkers. It's all right, Johnny T. We don't have to be politically correct in this
My
age. This
Lord.
is TCW.
Ours.
I don't mean to offend any fat sows watching at home right now.
Oh
I mean,
my.
if you're sitting at home on the couch, we appreciate you tuning in, but we'd also like to encourage you to exercise, eat a healthy diet, and not be so lazy.
Oh, would you please stop, my Lord? And Mace, they pretty much easily disposed outside the ring of Epicenter, the Fat Samoan. And Mace laying one on, duck clothesline 2 times into a body press by Larry the Ace Green. 2 count only, and our referee, the very trusty Donnie Mueller, the sexiest referee in Texas.
The self-proclaimed sexiest referee in Texas.
Proclaimed by the fans and himself.
Oh, well. Looks like Epicenter, before he got back in the ring, just took another shot from a cookie sheet.
From the Cookie and Nookie connection by Mace. Larry
Mace.
Green arm wringer whipping to the ropes as Fat Samoan tries to get in the ring. You know, this being a no DQ match.
This is all legal. That's why I made this a no DQ match. I know that would give Epicenter, the Fat Samoan, P-H-A-T, an unfair advantage, which I think that the kid needed because he was going in there against 2 seasoned veterans. And, oh, a street sign to the back of the head. But it looks like my little plan may have backfired.
Now,
These 2 guys are taking control on him.
Now, Larry Green's actually adapting well. Larry Green, not a hardcore
Not at
style
all.
wrestler. More of a classic style. Oh, my Lord!
Larry Green, absolutely not a hardcore wrestler, more of a experienced pro from the old school of wrestling. A lot of takedowns, a lot of toe holds, technical maneuvers such as that, and he's also adapted well in the tag team ranks. But it looks like now, that Mace and Larry are teaming up on Fat Samoan.
Well, Larry adapting well, and the Fat Samoan, it's some sort of alliance has seemed to form here between Mace and maybe they got together and said, hey, this guy's coming out 2 minutes later. We're at a disadvantage. Let's gang up on him and get that advantage back and make it an even match, and that could be what's going on right here, Paul Lewis.
I thought maybe Fat Samoan. Oh! A 3D type maneuver. And it looks like Mace picked up the victory for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I guess the winners of this match on a double pin, Larry Ace Green and Mace.
There goes Johnny T running to the back because coming up next, it's going to be me, the great commissioner of Texas Championship Wrestling, Commissioner Lewis, fighting my arch rival, my nemesis, as you will, Johnny T. Unfortunately, my referee had been taken out earlier by Coach, which I guess leaves me with an unfair advantage in my court that Donnie Mueller, I guess, will have to be the referee for this match. The first match that me and Johnny T had, the Board of Regents saw fit to appoint Mace, who I have no love lost for whatsoever, as a special referee, but I still, no matter what, with a biased referee, came out on top in that match. But during this match, instead of me and Johnny T doing the play-by-play and the color commentating, I'm going to bring out a very close and personal friend of mine, the Emperor, the leader of the Roman Empire, former 2-time TCW heavyweight champion, 10 times Roman champion, 1984 Olympic gold medalist, the Emperor Tommy Nero. I'm going to leave the commentating booth right now. Looks like our security guy who we took out earlier for humiliating his son doesn't look too pleased that Tommy Nero's coming out here.